Hello, friends. Good to see you. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topic newsletter recap. Tarot Topics comes into your inbox every Wednesday, and then we come on here every Thursday to talk about a different topic each week. This week, the topic is before us. I was kind of fascinated with the way that the word before can mean literally what came before us, like the coconut tree thing, right? We didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. We exist in the context of all that came before, right? But then also the idea of what is before us is like literally what is here and present that we need to be dealing with. And then I looked it up and I realized there's a whole lot of other ways we can use that word, but we're not here to talk about linguistics beyond that. So, what are we talking about then? Really, it's the problems that we have right now. What is before us right now in terms of problems to solve, in many cases came from what came before us. You know, it's ancestral, it's generational, it's things of the past. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what problems you're facing now, what happened in the past that brought us here. And that can also involve connection with ancestors and loved ones in spirit. If you're looking for a message from someone in spirit, we can do that here too. So let's hop on over to CardCam. All right, here we are. And you know what I found? I found my pocket version of Aunt Lily's Tarot. You can see it's small. And it's cute, and it's what we're using today. Anna K. Okay, Anna K. You fixed your membership so that you're now on you're now showing up as a member here. So good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a member. All right. As always, I'll take these in the order in which I see them, and it's so good to see all of you, of course. Special shout out to the members and moderators. All right, Mediha Ness, I see you up here first. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members-only emojis. How can I communicate with my ancestors and get their advice and help? All right, let's see what the cards say. Well, they're always there. See, I think you can get sort of up in your head where you're not hearing them and you're not feeling them around you because you're too much up in your head. So, like literally, go outside, breathe the air, clear your head, and then just ask. Just ask. And they will be there. Like we can do elaborate rituals, and that's all great too. But really, if you can just get out of your head and ask, they are there and they are waiting, and they would love to speak with you. So, let me know how that goes. Mixuir, good to see you. Thanks for being here, Michelle. Thanks for this week's newsletter. You are more than welcome. I really, really need some guidance from my ancestors, particularly my late grandpa, A.N., if possible. Okay, so what does he have to say to you? Okay, it is really clear advice. Walk away from what hurts you and what doesn't serve you, and walk toward what does. And never believe that you are not worthy or able of having all the good things in life. He believes that things have happened that have made you feel unworthy. And he reminds you, and look at this. 8, 9, 10 of cups. How amazing is that? So it is definitely a message of love from family, of course, but he reminds you that you deserve to be happy as much as the next person. You deserve to be happy. And he believes that if you believe that, then that's the step to making it happen, right? Like there's a whole story here. Walk away from the beliefs that don't serve you, lean into the ones that do, and there it will be. So, let me know what you think. Joyous Ocean, yes, it is a beautiful deck. It is Aunt Lily's Tarot. We've used it before, but this is the miniature version, which is kind of fun. All right. Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Good morning, all. I loved this newsletter. I love thinking about my ancestors. I feel so connected to my dad's maternal side. I'd love a message from my aunts who have all passed if possible. If you're able to know who it is from, their initials. Okay, we've got their initials. They all mean so much to me, and I hope they know it. Okay, so here we go. Okay. This is very specifically from MB. And what it says is, you have spent a lot of your life in really unfair situations, be it work or personal or whatever, just living within the confines of unfair limitations and expectations. And she sees you beginning to break out of that, beginning to break out of those limited thoughts. What she sees for you is that you're a very sensitive person, you're a very kind person, you're a very loving person, and you haven't really been able to fully be who you are because the world will chew you up and spit you out if you're not protected. Yes, that's what, yes. The thinking from your family, from how you were raised. Yes. Yes, exactly, Barbie. Yes. And so she thinks you're beginning to pop out of that, to heal from that. And when that happens, your whole life will change. So it's about, yes, I feel like I can be easily taken advantage of. Yes, that's exactly what she's saying. So on one hand, it's about learning to be open to possibilities while still protected. That you can have a condition where you're open to possibilities and you don't have to be limited. Right, I've put up walls and become bitter in some ways that isn't natural to me. That's exactly what she's talking about. Right. And so finding a way without the bitterness to feel protected but also open. And that's the process that you seem to be in, is figuring that out. Okay, really makes sense. Very good. Yes, exactly. Breaking out of that now. Exactly. Ness, just caught up. Yes, so hard to get out of your head. That's what I need to practice. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole key. It's the whole key. Oh, Barbie, love my Aunt Martha so much. Thank you to her and you, certainly. All right. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hang on one second here. You are definitely up next. Okay. No, weird thing happening over here on my computer. Not really a problem, but I just have to move over here. Okay. All right. Melissa, Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Thank you for this newsletter. I feel strength from my tumultuous past. It makes me wiser, more empathetic human. That's beautiful. Surrounding the topic of generational trauma, this is an interesting one for me. I am surrounded by shame for making life choices different from what has been expected of me. At the same time, I know I'm the person in my family healing the generational trauma. Not said with any amount of ego. It is a challenging position to be the tie-dyed sheep of the family. Right. Thank you for using that term. I love that term. My question is, what is the best way for me to connect with my ancestors to better understand them, honor them, and continue to heal? Is it genealogical research, travel to Italy, researching getting an Italian passport, something else? Ooh, okay, so let's look at all of those things. First of all, the genealogical research, look at that 10 of Pentacles, literally the card of the ancestors. Definitely do the genealogical research. Definitely do that. Yes, do that. Travel to Italy. Yes, absolutely do that. Yes. Researching getting an Italian passport, such an interesting thing. Might as well research. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to do it, but might as well research it. But then there's also like the spiritual and divinatory piece, that aspect of it, which I think you also want to do. Like the mundane and the spiritual need to work together. So doing the divination and the connection spiritually with the ancestors as well, for sure. All of that. All right. Smile Soul 20, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. In the past, have there been others that do me wrong or not treat me right, or just want to see or make me angry? How can I forgive that, and why does that happen to me? I'm so sorry. Oh, in the past, there have been. Right, there have been. So how to forgive that from the past, and why does it happen? I think the only way to forgive it is you've got to love yourself more, is really the key. And this is true for all of us. Like, we all have some of this, right? So it's a matter of really trying to, how do I want to say it? It's a matter of trying to recognize that when people do that, it says more about them than it does about you, right? And so you forgive them because it causes, when you forgive them, you recognize your own strength, right? That forgiveness is a sign of your strength. And you forgive them because you recognize that they're some weak-ass individuals. You know, the fact that they treated you that way says everything about them. And so we recognize what kind of people act like that. That's really what it is. That's how we do that. But why does this happen? I mean, to some extent, it happens to all of us. But excuse me for saying this, Smile Soul 20, in a way, you're an easy mark. And the reason you're an easy mark is that you really are nice. Like, you do not have a mean bone in your body. You are nice, you are kind, you are not a complicated person. And so people who are mean-spirited are gonna target you because they want what you have. They want your easy kindness. They want your kind of ability just to be kind and loving toward people because that's how you are. It really is jealousy. And so I'm not trying to minimize the fact that what they do and have done is wrong. It is wrong. I'm not minimizing that. And forgiveness is not minimization. It is an understanding it differently, that the power that they are abusing is different than your power. That your power is real and strong, and their power is superficial. That's really what it is. That's how I see it. All right. Oh, Melissa, you had a beautiful reading with Nancy at last year's StaarCon. So cool to think about past lives messages from ancestors. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, yes. Yes, yes. All right, hang on. Hang on one second. Okay. Okay. And Melissa, you are very welcome. Very welcome. Okay. Who's up next? It's Liz Harrison. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. I absolutely love this topic. Thank you for sending it out this week. I feel strongly connected to my ancestors and have at times connected to one of my husbands as well. What would any of them like me to know at this moment, whether it's a lesson, advice, or simply to validate who they are? If there's one thing Mormonism taught me, it was to connect to ones before me, to connect to the ones that came before me. Little did they know that that very teaching was an introduction for me to learn of my own gifts and open the door. Oh my gosh. That religion relied heavily on ancestors and genealogy work. I'm thrilled to be on a new side of it now that is mine only. I had no idea. But I guess that makes sense because Mormonism as a new religion is going to trace everything very clearly back to Joseph Smith. Isn't that his name? Joseph Smith, right? It's going to trace everything right back there. So, of course, lineage would be very important. It's just like how Wiccans will trace their lineage back to Gardner or Buckingham, or Starhawk in that way. Joseph Smith, right. So yeah, that makes so much sense. I never would have thought of it, but it makes so much sense. Okay, so ancestral message for you, which comes from all the ancestors. Again, Ten of Pentacles being this really operative ancestral card. Oh, Devil reversed. They are super happy that you can separate them from the religion. Like, as soon as they passed on, they recognized how contrived and high control their religion is and how wounded they had to be in order to adhere to that. They're so pleased that you are able to understand this before you passed on. Like, they see you as being very wise because you learned what they learned when they passed on. They had to wait their whole lives to learn it. You learned it just because you figured it out. And they are very, very pleased with this. And they know that there are those who are still living in your family line who are extremely displeased with what you're doing. And what they say is just, each and every one of them, when they pass into the other world, will learn the truth. And you must take comfort in that. So, there's that. Let me know what you think. All right. Liz, I'm crying. So much gratitude. Yeah, that was a big message, right? Right? All right, Trey Cameron, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. What do I need to let go of? There's a lot of addiction issues in my family. I'm wondering lately if I'm a problematic person. What do the cards say? Interesting question. I like it. It's yeah. Okay. I think the thing about you, Trey, is that you have awareness on a lot of different levels. There are moments like, okay, are you problematic? Not any more than the rest of us. No. But you are like very self-aware. Like, I don't think I ever get to say this to anyone, but you're almost too self-aware. Like, you overthink yourself in a lot of ways. And so Perhaps what you need to let go of is this sneaking suspicion that you are terribly flawed, more flawed than the average person. And just embrace your humanity along with the rest of us. I think it's like that. The thing is, you do have profound you do have profound talent and profound thinking. Like, okay, like I say, just, recognize you're like the rest of us, but in a lot of ways, you're not like the other children. The other children are a lot more simple-minded than you are. You are a complex thinker. And so learn how to lean in to being a complex thinker without having it always have to turn into complications about yourself. If that makes sense. So lean into the fact that you really are intelligent and you can use your brain and your communication skills in a lot of ways, and that you will suffer on this planet because really smart people always do. We all suffer on the planet because we can see the stupidity and the bullshit that everyone else thinks is okay, And we participate in it and have fun with it, but we see it too. And so that's hard. But you're not alone in that. And I would say the best thing to do in all of that is to have a really good sense of humor. Laugh at yourself and laugh at the stupidity of the world. That's all you can do. Trey, you are very welcome. Oh, Liz, one last thing. I've always felt that once someone crosses, they can see why I'm doing what I'm doing. That was more meaningful than I can express. Right there it was. Yep. Got it. People need to laugh more. I agree. And Mix, you are just tuning in and saw my reading. Thank you. Right, the 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh. My grandpa's the best man I've ever known. Yeah. All right. Anna Kay. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. Can I please have a message from my grandmother? I think she is always with me. Yes, your grandmother is always with you. Your grandmother thinks that you worry too much about the little things, and then sometimes it's hard to do the big things because you're too worried about the little things. So she wants you to pull back and look at the big picture more. Focus on the big picture, focus on the priorities, and the little things will take care of themselves. That's what she wants you to know. Very specific. All right. Vaishali, good to see you. All right, so it is what has come before you that is affecting you now. And Vaishali, a lot of it is the fact that you, like Trey, like me, like a lot of people in this room, are a little different than maybe other people around you, or maybe than your family expected you to be, like Melissa. And that's hard. That's hard, to allow yourself to be yourself, even when the expectations are different, and to see yourself and be yourself and appreciate yourself. That's really the key. Does that make sense? Oh, Ben, thank you so much. Great topic. Okay, Ben, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for being a moderator. This was a great topic this week. I really enjoyed the newsletters. This is an area of tarot I'm trying to find my way with. Ha, Anna Kay, tell me something I don't know, Grandma. Oh, she's funny. She's like, well, fix it, and I will. She's funny. Only she doesn't say it in English, just to be clear. She doesn't say it in English. I just can't. Oh. Who is next? It's Betty Flesher. So good to see you, Betty. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Really looking forward to seeing you at StaarCon. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I always ask my guides and angels to be with me during my readings. Often I ask any ancestors who would like to join also. Who, if any, does join me? Ooh. One from a very long time ago feels like an ancestor on the maternal side, male, who I believe was a writer and is there specifically to help you find your words. All right. But there could be others as well, but that's the one that comes up today. Okay, Ben Lieber does tarot. So good to see you. Would love any advice from my ancestors right now, especially my granddad if he's listening. Things are starting to move in a good direction. Good, 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 good. Excuse me. All right, advice from your ancestors, especially your granddad. Card's coming up a lot. But for you, I think it's really about your two different jobs. The idea that you have two jobs and you're excelling at both of them, but it feels like a lot. And sometimes it feels like you're always behind and trying to catch up. And it's like here's the advice. Number one, be grateful that you are never bored. Number two, the only thing you don't have time for is the kinds of thinking that hurt you more than help you. Stay positive towards yourself and everything that you are doing, and pursue the things and the people that you love. And if you just stay pursuing all the things, the people, the situations, everything that you love, you will have a fabulous life. And so just trust that. He worries, it seems, about this one little headspace you can get in where you're like, enough, I've had enough. And you need to know how to take time for yourself without waiting for it to become a negative thing. Let me know what you think. All right, Febborn, good to see you. Excuse me. I don't feel a connection with any ancestors now. Are they around? And any message from Aunt P, who passed last year? All right. Let's see what we got. I'm shuffling. Y'all are hearing me shuffle. But again, are your ancestors around? Yes, this is the one card that will always say that. Always say that. So Febborn, your ancestors are definitely around you. And message from Aunt P, who passed last year, it is a message of love. And what she says is that you are loved in your family, you're just not understood. And it hurts to not be understood. That is maybe the source of your wounding throughout your life, is not being understood. But the more that you understand yourself, the less it is important that others understand you. So keep working on self-understanding. That's what she has to say. All right, Julia, I'm loving this conversation, but driving right now. So Julia, if there's a question you want to ask and you don't have a chance to, just reach out to me and send me an email or a message, and I'll give it to you offline for sure. Joyce Ocean, I feel like I have to go to my laptop because I'm in tears listening to everyone else. And I have to write a book before I can get to my question. Yeah, got it. I understand. A penny for your thoughts. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. I feel my granddad very close. I hear his voice, I think. But I don't know what he wants to say. I think that's a question, so I'm gonna do that reading. He is concerned about what you want to say. He is afraid that you don't speak out enough. He is definitely with you and he's definitely supportive of you. He knows how difficult your journey is, and he feels like there are people who are making your journey harder, and you let them. He would like you to say no if you want to say no. He would like you to have that power. Febborn, thank you. She definitely would know. There you go. Hey, LP, good to see you. So I'm just going to give you, LP, an ancestral message from your ancestors. They see you as being very smart and a very good communicator, and they want you to lean into something having to do with communication. It could be writing, it could be IT, like, information technology, but that you have real communication skill, and if you lean into that, you'll do very well. There's your message. Okay, Christine Hallowell, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Great newsletter, a favorite topic of mine. Thank you. What do my ancestors want me to know? What gifts do I have from my ancestors, and which ancestors are with me? Okay, that sounds like a three-card spread. Let's do it. What do my ancestors want me to know? That you're moving in a good direction. What gifts do I have from the ancestors? The ability to think outside the box. And which ancestors are with you right now? Ones that you did not even know in life. Ones who go back many, many generations. All right. Baby cakes. I would love an advice from my ancestors for the rest of the year. Do they see a new job for me on the horizon? Should I focus on something else? I don't know what yet. Okay. Advice from ancestors for the rest of the year. This is challenging. But they want you to keep looking for the right job. A job where you can really feel nurtured and nurture others. And they want you to focus on forming friendships. Job and friendships. All right. So, Joyous Ocean, are you writing that book? From my perspective, I have come to the end of the questions. So, it is last call for readings, y'all. If Baby Cakes, you are very welcome. Okay, Joyous Ocean, I'm going to hang out here until I see it. I'll wait. I will wait. I'm waiting for you and anyone else. It is last call for readings, y'all. I'm waiting for Joyous Ocean or anyone else. So in the meantime, I'll let you know. Yes, it's hurricane week here in Florida, but so far so good on my end. So I am still available for readings. And go to the StaarCon website, learn about StaarCon, get your StaarCon ticket, do all that stuff. And unless we get hit really bad, and where I am, I don't think we will, you can expect my regular lives to continue throughout the week. Oh, Betty, I'm so glad you enjoyed this topic. Okay, Joyous Ocean, I'm seeing the question come in. I will wait till it's all the way in before I go back over to Card Cam and address it. Thank you. Yes, so far so good. We're safe. And you know what? While I'm letting this come in, I'm going to give you some background on what's going on in my world. So, the office in Palm City that has been my office for 5 years, I am leaving in October. And I'm moving into a situation with the W Executive Office Group, where people locally can see me in Stewart, West Palm Beach, St. Lucie West or St. Lucie East. And IT John and I will be moving to Port St. Lucie to be closer. And for those of you who don't know, that's like, I mean, literally it's 10 minutes down the road. It's not a deal. It's not a big deal. We're going to be moving to Port St. Lucie at some point between December and March. And I'll be working out of my home as well. And that way we can spend more time with the grandbabies as well as reach more people. So that's what we're doing. All right. Here it is. And you'll see some changes here as well. That's going to allow me to make some changes here to bring you more goodness on this channel. All right, here we go. Penny, I did you. I already did you. I did your question. Oh, I didn't see that question though. Okay, so I will do. I did the one I didn't know if it was a question, so I just did it. But I will do this. Okay, so I'm going to do Penny, and then I'll do Joyous Ocean. I already did, Penny, I already did a message from your granddad. I already did that. I thought that was your original question, so that's what I did. And as regards, Penny, as regards to the letters or documents in the house, are they still there? Do they exist? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You may never find them. They may not exist. Oh, Betty, my address is changing. I have a new address. Do me a favor and email me because I'll forget and I'll send it to you. I'll send you my new address. And thank you. Okay, so here it is. Here it is, Joyous Ocean's book. I do not know my father because my mother blocked him. I could not find him when I tried, and she was so angry every time I asked about him. I would love a message from my maternal ancestors as I want to ask. I feel like my biological father's people want me to know them, and he might be one of them. I feel as though he passed away. So, do my father's family or my father have a message for me? So there's a lot here. So first of all, do we think that your father is living or dead? I mean, that's a question right there. He probably is with the ancestors, okay? Your maternal ancestors recognize that an injustice has been done. They recognize it. Your paternal ancestors, including your dad, definitely want to be known. Definitely want to be known. They would like you to work with them and make friends with them. Your father in life was not good to your mother. He kind of understands why she did what she did, but he understands too that she's always over the top. But he recognizes that on some level he feels like he deserved it. But your ancestors have love for you and they hold you in love. And so you can work with those paternal ancestors and you can claim them as part of yourself. And what you must understand is that your mother's anger at the father piece of that made you hate a part of yourself. It hurt your self-esteem. And that's really what you're healing. So as you embrace your paternal ancestors, you embrace that part of you that you are not allowed to embrace. So there it is. Okay, yes, Penny, for your thoughts. Please do rewind because it was definitely there. All right, it was a good message. Okay, my friends, anyone else? Anyone else? How we doing? All right. In the description, links. Become a member. Become a member. Find out about StaarCon and get your StaarCon ticket. You can join us in person or online. And book a reading with me. I'll be back tomorrow with your Friday weekly wrap-up. Joyous Ocean, I have to learn how to embrace those I do not know. Yeah, that is the whole thing. That is the whole thing, but it is very doable. It is very doable. So, Rich, I love and appreciate you. Well, thank you so much. Right back at you. My friends, I appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Follow the links, do the things. If you're in the path of the hurricane, stay safe. Take really good care. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much.